Sitting on the railing of the basketball court, all by himself. Sweat was dripping from his dark but shiny skin, and his eyes were focused to find something which wasn't there. He was the new student that session, and it was a sports meet, the most important tournament for school level competitions. He and his team, called the Falcons, had made it to the finals. But one could say that it was by God's grace that for the first time the Falcons weren't in the last spot. But this wasn't Arun's concern. Arun had lost all hopes of winning the tournament when he saw his team practicing earlier that day. They couldn't get a single shot. They were just a bunch of wavy, trembling hands. People who were having fun on court and having a gala time with their friends. This made Arun realize that his team was completely unreliable. They weren't good enough to earn the respect of basketball. Arun was really disturbed by this. He put a question mark on his team's abilities. He thought that this was by luck that the Falcons had made it to the finals. Only luck and only luck will save him. Arun himself was a very keen basketball player. At 5 feet 10 inches, he was a lean and agile player with dark skin and a long wavy hair. The rigor of an ox, the focus of a hawk, and the speed of cheetah. These were the adjectives that were made just for Arun. He was a person filled with determination and will to work hard and always go an extra mile. But seeing his team's poor condition, he doubted that he would be able to win the tournament. Before Arun's admission, the Falcons didn't just lose every match, they lost it badly. When Arun had joined the new session and told his classmates that he played basketball, everyone made fun of him and even warned him that he should change sports or else he would lose badly. Therefore, Arun had to win the tournament for two main reasons. One was to prove his worth to others, and second, most importantly, to bring the school their first ever sports tournament trophy. But seeing his team's poor condition, he doubted that he will be able to do this. Kaching, down went a three-pointer. Shooting always calmed down Arun's nerves. He made 5 back-to-back three-pointers. But he knew that no amount of practice would be transformed on the court the next day. Just as he was thinking so, he made a very important decision. He would cheat. Yes, he had to cheat. There was no other way of winning. Arun knew that it was against his ethics, but he wanted to win so badly that he was willing to do so. He will cheat no matter what. He just wanted to win the tournament. Just as he was thinking so, Ravi sir entered the court. Ravi sir wasn't just Arun's coach, he was his mentor, his best friend. Arun always shared his problems with Ravi sir. Judging the look on Arun's face, Ravi sir had guessed what he was thinking. But of course, he didn't say anything to him. He wanted Arun to realize his own mistake. Instead, he began, Arun, have you ever wondered the difference between a tree and a pole? Arun hadn't expected anything but this. Seeing confusion on his face, Ravi sir continued, a tree bends in a storm, but a pole doesn't. No matter how much the situation is severe, a pole never bends. No matter how tough the situation is, a pole always remains strong. Do you know the reason why? Ravi sir said, this is because the pole is made up of hard metal, hard values. Who do you want to be, Arun? A tree or a pole? Who do you think is better? But Arun just completely ignored his question. He knew that no amount of encouragement would change his ideas. It was a sleepless night for Arun. He couldn't think straight. He was still stuck in the cyclone of doubt and confusion. He was wondering what to do the next day. Just as he was doing so, Ravi sir's words struck as lightning. Who do you want to be? A tree or a pole. Arun decided he will be the pole. He wouldn't cheat. He will play fair, and no matter what, he would never ever in his life go against his ethics. He would play fair, he would play hard, and he would always hope for the best. But he would never ever cheat. A smile spread across Arun's face and took him to the peaceful journey of sleep. The next day was the most important day for all schools. This was because it was the finals day. All the final of the sports would happen today, and so would the medal ceremony. Everyone was excited except Arun. Arun was dreading this day. He had already lost confidence from himself and his team, but when he heard the opponent's name, he was doomed. The finals was against Astor Public School, a team with tall and bulky players, filled with skills and confidence, and a bag full of gold medal from the past three tournaments. Arun was really afraid. He knew that there was no way he's going to. The match began with a loud whistle. The ball was already in the Astros' possession. The captain shot a smooth three-pointer, and it was only the beginning of the game. The rest happened in the whole of first quarter. Arun couldn't get the ball in his possession at all. It kept slipping from his hand. The quarter ended with a dreadful score of 14-2. It was a timeout. Discussion time. Ravi sir called upon his teammates and said, "Boys, have you ever seen a cat being chased by a dog? Especially at that point when the cat is surrounded by walls and dogs. Has no escape at all. Well, that is when it realizes its true potential. It lashes out its claws and attacks the ferocious dogs. It, this is the point, boys. This is the point. You must realize your true potential right now. I want you boys to lash out your claws and make such deep scars on these dogs that they will regret it for the rest of their lives. Come on, boys. I know you can win it. Come on, boys. I know you can win it. Falcons! Everyone cheered. Arun emerged as a new one. He was much more confident, he was better than before. The second quarter began, but Arun could feel his instincts returning to him. He was doing such spectacular plays. Even the referee was astonished by the spectacular plays he was making every now and then. He was dribbling, shooting, doing everything that a player can. He was simply the one-man army of the Falcons team. The second quarter ended with the Asher in the lead of a score of 31, but Arun's team wasn't far behind with a score of 28 points. The same thing happened in the third and the beginning of the fourth quarter. Arun was doing as much as he could. He was putting in as much efforts as he can to win the match and take on the lead. But every time he just missed by 1 or 2 points. A timeout was called, and after the timeout had ended, the score was 56-52, and only 2 minutes were remaining. The ball was in Arun's possession, and he made a spectacular 360 layup to get the score to 56-54. For the next 1 minute, no other team could get the score. They did have the ball, but they couldn't find an opening. With only 7 seconds remaining, the ball was in Arun's possession. He realized that it was this time that he had to make a three-pointer if he wanted to win the game. He dribbled past the opponents and went to the base of the three-pointer line. He jumped high and in midair, he shot, his shoulders arcing towards his head and the ball moving in a parabola towards the rim. Everyone was in awe. Everyone was staring at the ball, which was moving every now and with each second towards the rim. The spectators, Ravi sir, the referee, opposition, the teams, everyone was in awe. Time stopped. They were trapped in a suspense. And just as the ball was about to go inside the ring, the ball touched the ring, the backboard, the ring again. It rolled and fell out. The whistle blew, and the match was over. Falcons had lost the match only because of Arun. Arun was in total despair. He was disheartened by the fact that so many days of practice had reaped nothing. He was very disappointed with himself. The Falcons were so close to victory, and yet so far. Arun was blaming himself, cursing himself. But to his surprise, he heard clapping. He turned around and saw the captain of the Aster team clapping. Seeing their captain clap, the rest of the team began doing the same thing. And soon, a thunderous pattern of clapping could be heard. The spectators, Ravi sir, the referee, the teammates, the opposition, everyone was clapping. But not for the winning team, but for Arun, jersey number 35, the dark horse of basketball. Thank you.